ถึงแล้วค่ะเราสองคนไม่มีอะไรต้องติดค้างกันแล้วนะคะ
ฉันช่วยคุณไว้ตั้ง3 ครั้งคุณเพิ่งตอบแทนฉันแค่ครั้งเดียวเองนะ
แล้วมันพอจะมีวิธีไหนไหมล่ะคะที่ฉันมาตามนัดค่ะ
โอ้สิฉันอยากได้ยิน
Bound by the demands of their respective companies, Mae and I have found themselves collaborating closely on the greater duty-free concession bid.
ไม่ต้องเกรงนะเล่นตามน้ำไปถ้าฉันทำอะไร
ขอบคุณนะคะที่ช่วยฉันนะ
ฉันไม่รับเป็นคำขอบคุณค่ะเราสงสัยว่าเราน่าจะต้องเป็นแฟนกันชั่วคราวแล้วล่ะค่ะ
Initially, this partnership feels like a fierce rivalry, with both parties determined to outshine the other.
ธรรมเนียมที่สูงขึ้นได้ถ้าเกิดว่าเมย์ประมูลโครงการนี้ได้แต่การจ่ายค่าธรรมเนียมที่สูงก็หมายถึงสร้างรายได้ให้กับประเทศด้วย
However, as time goes on, this intense competition gives way to an awkward but necessary alliance. Each recognizes the potential benefits of working together, albeit for distinct reasons. For Mae, this partnership is primarily strategic. She perceives it as an opportunity to identify and exploit potential weaknesses in Ai's corporate strategy, viewing their collaboration through a tactical lens.
คุณตามฉันมาทำไมคะ
ใครบอกว่าฉันตามค่ะฉันก็กำลังจะไปที่ลานจอดรถเหมือนกัน
แล้วทำไมไม่ใส่ลิปตัวอื่น
Mae is keenly aware that understanding Aiwarin's approach could give her an edge in their professional dealings. On the other hand, Aiwarin approaches this situation from a different perspective. She sees their working relationship as a chance to build upon the spark of attraction and intrigue that first drew them together.
นี่คุณคงไม่ได้มองว่าฉันแปลกหรอกนะคะ
ไม่หรอกค่ะแต่ฉันก็แค่แปลกใจอะที่ฉันไม่เคยได้ยินเรื่องนี้มาก่อนเลย
ก็ฉันไม่เคยคบใครจริงจัง
For Aiwarin, this collaboration is not just about business. It's an opportunity to strengthen a connection that could lead to something deeper. As they navigate this complex dynamic, both Mae and Aiwarin begin to realize that their paths may be more intertwined than they initially thought, paving the way for surprising developments in both their professional and personal lives.
ใช่แหละคุณไม่ได้ชอบผู้หญิง
ทำไมอะถ้าฉันจะเกี่ยวข้องกับใครสักคนเนี่ยจำเป็นต้องเป็นผู้ชายเท่านั้นหรอ
ทำไมคุณถึงคิดว่าเมวิกาจะพบกับผู้หญิงไม่ได้ล่ะ
Maevika projects a calm and calculated exterior, approaching every interaction with Aiwarin as an opportunity to carefully assess her vulnerabilities. She meticulously analyzes their exchanges, striving to identify any weaknesses that she can exploit to further her own objectives. For Mae, this professional focus is not just a means to an end. It represents her broader strategy for staying one step ahead in a competitive environment.
แล้วผู้หญิงที่อยู่กับเมที่โอเรียนาคืนนั้นก็คือฉันเอง
ถ้าเกิดมันจริงอ่ะแล้วคุณ2 คนมาบอกผมทำไม
ก็ระหว่างเรื่องที่ฉันคบกับเมหรือเรื่องที่คุณพยายามคุกคามเม
In stark contrast, Aiwarin displays subtle signs of emotional fragility that peek through her otherwise polished facade. During their business discussions, she occasionally allows her feelings to seep into the conversation, revealing a willingness to connect on a more personal level. This openness hints at the deeper emotional currents that complicate their professional dynamic as Aiwarin grapples with balancing her personal inclinations with the demands of the corporate world.
พอใจหรือยังคะ
ฉันว่าปกติคนเราอ่ะเขาไม่จูบกันง่ายๆนะคะอยากลองมากกว่านี้ไหม
Compounding these complexities, the influence of family dynamics looms large, particularly through the towering figure of Ai's powerful father. She becomes an unwelcome player, in their strategic endeavors, engaging Mae and Aiwarin in clandestine schemes aimed at manipulating the bidding process. Her tactics involve using personal relationships as leverage within the corporate arena, urging them to navigate murky waters where emotional bonds and business interests collide.
พ่อฉันเป็นพวกเสพติดความสำเร็จฉันก็พร้อมจะทำตามหัวใจตัวเองไม่ว่าจะต้องแลกด้วยอะไร
This presence heightens the emotional stakes for both women as they find themselves caught in a web of familial expectations, personal aspirations, and corporate rivalry. As they wrestle with this complex interplay, both Mae and Aiwarin must confront how these elements affect not just their careers, but also their bargaining, albeit complicated, connection with one another. Circumstances become a catalyst that forces Mae and Ai into each other's orbit, effectively transforming their initial rivalry into a partnership fraught with tension. As they work closely together, Mae seizes this newfound proximity as an opportunity to delve into Aiwarin's secrets, strategically aiming to learn everything she can in order to secure victory in the bidding process.
ทำไมล่ะคะ
In stark contrast, Aiwarin views their closeness as more than just a professional necessity. It is a chance to forge a deeper connection with Mae, the woman she has harbored romantic feelings for since their very first meeting. This romantic evolution from being clear adversaries to navigating the complexities of hidden agendas and emotional vulnerability strikes a chord with the audience, who are drawn into the intricate tapestry of their evolving relationship. Episode 2 builds upon the theme of enemies turning into allies, emphasizing the dual nature of their intimacy. It highlights not only the necessity of their partnership in the competitive landscape they inhabit, but also the inherent dangers that come with such closeness, especially for two women from influential families. As the narrative unfolds, emotional layers become more pronounced. Mae remains singularly focused on the prize, winning the bid at any cost. Meanwhile, Aiwarin grapples internally with her feelings, silently wrestling with the undeniable attraction she has for Mae. This emotional tug-of-war adds depth to their interactions, lending a layer of complexity to their partnership. The stakes escalate even further with the introduction of Aiwarin's father, whose powerful influence stretches far beyond the center of business. His involvement intertwines personal loyalties with strategic betrayals, making this situation even more precarious for both women. The interaction of family dynamics and professional ambitions creates a charged atmosphere where deceit and vulnerability coexist, compelling Mae and Ai to navigate not just the bidding war but also their own hearts and the implications of their past. Their relationship continues to evolve. It prompts them to question what they are willing to sacrifice for both love and ambition.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.